they do even no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come man up.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo to do.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Mayegun Live. Remember, share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today. Just in case if you begin to notice, the change in the thumbnail, especially if you are joining us on Facebook, that is me showing that I am improving on my editing. It's actually a big milestone for me, but you will see more. Just also when it comes to the kind of a short videos, detailed videos, editing of such a deeply messaged videos, but very short. I'm also working on that. There's so much. Read the caption of this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Just tell them as you are tagging them, Mayegun today.
Glory YouTube. And yes, right. And yes, right.
There is a media report of an invasion of the Oyo State House of Assembly complex, Oyo State Ibadan.
And yes, right.
But the guys said they were only misunderstood.
And yes, right.
But they didn't see it that way. Yoruba Nation now. Yoruba Nation now. And the third one, Yoruba Nation now. But do not act stupid.
And yes, right.
I was away last night, of course, but I was at the same time monitoring things as usual. There was a fight 2 nights ago that attracted the powerful APC, Egbekegbe, inside the Old Rock Villa, where it's now official. Illegalities are illegal now.
ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí ayé ẹ̀túnra aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o ayé ẹ̀túnra kí báwo ló ṣe ayé ẹ̀túnra ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀túnra kí ayé ẹ̀túnra kí.
Sorry about that. But today, so if you can hear me loud and clear, raise up your hand. If you can hear me from the back, I'm talking about those of you whose devices are on low volume. But can you still hear Mayegun? Thank you. Now we are going to start with from the event that took place in Ibadan today. The event that, from the same media reports, has been condemned by the visibly recognized, group that is handling the agitation and campaign advocacy for Yoruba Nation, Yoruba sovereignty, Ilana. We'll still give that to them because they quickly came out today to say, no. Self-determination is not, it is not a gamble, kind of, all right? It is a structural thing, and everybody who is on board should know that if you have no real backup, so to say, there is no point in championing something that could put you in danger. So this one is not them. So what happened today? There were a group of people, including an elderly man, by the way, who did not really identify themselves as Yoruba Nation, as Ilana or this or that, or any group at all. But they identified themselves as the young Yorubas who just came in there to hoist the Yoruba Nation flag. But that was considered a security threat, and it led into a pandemonium, a serious one. But to add to the twist, these people didn't just come as civilian young Yoruba to say. Some of them came garbed in military uniform, including, guns and all that. That the pandemonium started enough that they called in the police, and it became a big thing. So I'm going to start from the press release. For those of you who have seen it already, let's start from the press release, which is that of, here. Yoruba Nation now. I picked this up as well online, okay, because I'm going to tell you my own view at some point. However, might just read this press release to debunk, So dear all, this is our press release fully declaring and removing us from any form of violence or taking over any government premises in Nigeria. We will never be involved in any violent activities, especially the recent happenings which took place in Oyo State, Ibadan. We are a peaceful movement asking in line with international laws of self-determination and sovereignty of Yoruba people. So, Yoruba Nation, we totally condemn such activities and remove ourselves from any violent activities that took place right here, okay? So this is in part what could be put out as nobody wants to be part of any kind of a stupid move, because it's like a martyrdom, right? So let's go to Ibadan. Few of the clips that made it online today from Ibadan, okay? Let's start with this.
You didn't speak to anybody. You didn't speak to anybody. You came to invade this place.
He called me. He was alleged.
I was what?
You are alleging
That what?
that I was there.
You invaded this place. Whom did you take permission from? I was talking to you. You were talking to somebody that you should be listening to what I'm saying.
It's because you are a Yoruba master.
If not, what will you do? What will you do? This is a normal setting that you people should not disrupt. It's a normal setting that you people should not disrupt.
So better you compose. And
now he's pointing gun at the police that he wants to shoot the police.
It's also an army.
If it's an army,
yes.
If it's an army,
yes.
If it's an army, then you should point gun at a policeman.
Excuse me. Any number.
Ìbọn wo ló nà sí? Ìbọn wo ló nà sí? Ọmọ ẹni kó má shoot ọlọ́pàá kó shoot èmi. Let him shoot me.
They should go out. He carry gun like this.
No,
I think you want to fire me.
We can't go out.
You will go out, oh.
We can't go out.
You will go out.
We can't go out.
You will go out because you didn't take permission before you enter secretariat. This is governor's office, so you don't have the right to just come in. Can you just come into the governor's office without invitation? It's not done. It's not done. It's not.
So this can be interpreted in two ways. There are many of us that are really going to be so pissed off. Like characters like that, they are those who are bringing disrepute to a legitimate advocacy. They do not have the logistics, right, to really back up whatever it is that they are convinced is the right way to go about it. I know there are platforms on social media where there are people who are encouraging some young people in Yoruba land that the only way to get Yoruba Nation is for them to get themselves ready, arm themselves, and take over all the government of Yoruba land. As much as people do wish that they could carry that out, you also need logistics. You need humans and other logistics to actually carry such out. And to really do this, before you actually move to carry out such, oh, we want to, because there will be counter reactions. It is not like 2-3 people because you have a gun. The guns that you probably won't even shoot. And you could get shot and killed. And at the end of the day, you end up as being stupid, foolish. On the other part, if we have indeed in Yoruba land that we have people, young Yorubas, who are ready to lay down their lives in their belief of freedom for, or let me say, independence for Yoruba nation, the energy needed to be positively channeled. It is a good thing, okay? But if it is not properly channeled, wrongly used, now those who went for that today could be said to be great energy that was wrongly channeled. You went into a government secretariat. What exactly was your intention? To capture the governor or what? However, they said they only came to hoist the flag. Well, there are ways you could do that if you just want to send a message without having to put your lives on the line when there is no real backup for what you're about to do. It's going to be in the news like it is in the news right now. Then the next 2 days, nobody knows. We probably will never even know their names. So what a waste of resources. So let's go back to that of your state. So what did they do? After parading and roaming everywhere, you were carrying gun, you dressed in this, battle ready. But when the police came, they were the only ones shooting. Only to I'll show you. Let me show you this. Let's watch this first.
I know the young boys. You are useless people. People are living in peace. You want to cause problems. Say Yoruba Nation. You are mad.
Ó wà lára ilé, ó ń dé wà lápá ilé.
Ó wà lọ́wọ́ lára ilé náà. Sí náà.
Gbàdíwà ọgbẹ́ wà.
Ó dèdè. Ìdèdè kò jẹ́ àbí? Lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ sókè.
Àwọn ilé ti kọ́kọ́ débi kí n fi lè rájọ.
Ó wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ kù sí.
Ó dájú. Yóò wá ń bá wọn.
Okay, another one. See another one.
He plenty for the body.
Remain one here. Remain one.
You want money? You want right? Well, men aside all of them.
Kí ni SS ògùn tó wá gbé sára báyìí? Kí ni SS ògùn báyìí? Show help ẹ báyìí. Show help ẹ where your guy. This juju he help you. Ọ̀gá babaláwo he help you.
Come on, Etia. Carry your camel where? Where your camel? Where your camel?
Be at that side, Ibrahim.
Carry your camel.
Okay. No, just remove only white. I mean,
oh, no, where you are camel? This one camel. This one I be the sharp. Oh, you are going to camel.
Look at them. Oh, you could fly me. Oh, yeah, I'll cut disappear. Disappear. Where you now? This one, I said to be at this side. We are not going to go. Kò sí ṣe. Ìjọba jogun lọ. Àwọn oníkankan lára ṣùgbọ́n ìjọba jogun lọ. Il est dans pocket. Si now. For the boot self, they will tight. They will tight. I said they will tight for the boot.
Ọ̀gá fóònù mi àgìlì. Fóònù mi àgìlì látàrọ̀. Mo ti fi rẹ́kọ̀dù látàrọ̀. Ó àgìlì. Ṣé mo máa sẹ́ǹdì ẹ̀?
Ṣé wà lára?
So, like I said, we can all react the way we see it, okay? Because that is why I am bringing everything to you. I have my own review or theory for all of this without ignoring some certain existential facts. But when one of the viewers just said they were manipulated. And it's similar to what I said too, because there are young people, young and old, in Yoruba land and outside Yoruba land that genuinely will do anything and everything for the independence of Yoruba Nation, where Yoruba would no longer be part of Nigeria. And this is such a sign that, because I do know there is no money to motivate anybody, right, to support the advocacy for the Yoruba self-rule. It's actually not like, okay, maybe like you would hear about so many agendas going on in Nigeria. You will hear about money being funded from somewhere. Not. I am aware to some extent, right? That money is not even motivation. And I have actually had interaction with young, mid-age Yorubas from across Yoruba land, like who have personally reached out. And if I have to be honest with you, I'm talking about reached out to let us know that what they needed is just support. Well, you see, this energy is a very, very good energy. If you have a percentage of the population that have become so aware, number one, they know something is wrong with these arrangements in Nigeria. Okay? And at the same time, they believe that something better can actually happen than this. What they now need is the guidelines, the guidance on how to go about it so that all these resources are not going to be open, roaming about, and easily manipulated to end up in the hands of Nigeria, the Nigerian government, who actually have done everything within their power to criminalize a democratic right. Referendum to decide if you want to be part of something or not in a democracy is a normal. But in Nigeria, it's been criminalized. So therefore, whenever you are standing up for self-rule, self-determination, Biafra, Yoruba Nation, and the rest of that, right? You must be having it at the back of your mind that you are not alone. You are well guided so that you don't end up in the hands of those who believe they can do anything without consequences. The idea is to see how much of this energy, how many people have this kind of motivation, how many of them are really, then we begin to kind of, give them the guidance, they go about it and all that. The problem we're having is ascertaining those with these tendencies. Reach out to them and let them know that when Yoruba Nation is, the Yoruba Nation advocacy will shake and take over the entire Yoruba land, they will be much, much, much valuable. And around that time, they will have more and more and more comrades who understands what they want, not those ones who are speaking Yorubas in that secretariat, and they automatically are seeing them as enemies. Yorubas in Yoruba land, at a Yoruba, supposed Yoruba assembly, and Yoruba's supposed security and people within there, a Yoruba man they felt so threatened that the message of we deserve to be this or that is not appealing to them. And indeed, when you do it at the wrong time or in the wrong time, you become the victim of criminalization of self-rule, which Nigeria, and I've told you this, a lot of us who have this kind of people around, okay, we really need to guard them, but they are also very much vulnerable to those who are telling them. All we need is we need to be ready to fight war. How much is a gun? How much is that? You do not, it's going to take you more than 10, 20, 100 guns if you actually want to have Yoruba Nation through gun. And you would have to actually have well-trained people who are ready to hold that gun. And I'm talking about thousands of them. So that is what we call logistics. That's what you call trade. And in that case as well, right? When you have the comrades that are willing to die, you don't send them to go and die for nothing. You don't encourage them to become entrapped for nothing. And as they will tell you sometimes, a comrade or an activist, is he an activist? No, a freedom fighter. Three things are expected to happen to a freedom fighter. He is either in jail or he is in grave. What is the third one? I can promise you something. No freedom fighter is useful to anybody, in grave or in jail. Do you understand that? So, which simply means if you want to be, if you want to utilize a positive energy that much, you do not send them to be humiliated like what you just watched. Take a look at Nigerian police. Suddenly, they have the personnel, they even have the vehicles, because some people are holding flags and, here.
Tiagas.
I can tell you that Ibadan is calm, Oyo State is calm. His Excellency Governor Sheyi Makinde is on top of the situation. What I think happened is that some miscreants, probably on cheap drugs, had seized the opportunity of a function being held at the House of Chiefs to come here as probably they're part of the people holding the function, only for them to turn out to be found that they are hoodlums in camouflage. And when they are challenged, they also challenge the security people. Thank God there is an overwhelming presence of the security, the police, the commissioner of police. Everyone here came on time. You've seen that they've been joined by the military operation Hoist and they are Modupe. They've overcome them. Why I say they are cheap drugs is that how do people come to the seat of government under the guise that they are Yoruba Nation members and that they've come to take the rightful leadership of Yoruba land in the seat of government in Ibadan here. They have been overcome. They have been overwhelmingly dealt with. Arrests have been made, and of course, those of them that had the effort to also exchange in a gun battle with the security people have also been dealt with appropriately. The situation is still an ongoing process. Some of them will learn and run into different places. They are pulling out the camouflage to disguise. Some of them had attempted to take Okadas and vehicles from some civilians, but I can tell you that your state is peaceful, Ibadan is calm, and of course our security network with the synergy that we have in place, they've been up to task. Of course, this is just a by the way thing. It could be likened to a treasonable felony. This is an insurrection. Of course, no government will watch and allow